Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Cryptocurrency market is looking like it's being corrected, and if you are here in this market for a long time, this usually happens almost all the time, like majority of the time. And if you are new to this market, don't worry, this is a kind of common thing which happens almost all the time. And if you are looking through charts, if you're analyzing charts, then you probably have the idea that yes, it's gonna come down. If it is going towards a resistance, then it's definitely gonna come down to a support, get to create a foundation there, and then move up high. Now we have actually discussed about that in one of our previous videos, say a couple of days back, was on February 8th, in which we were actually discussing that the price was going towards the resistance, and now we're expecting a bit of correction. So if you guys would like to hear that, I'll just play that. We talked about this possibility, like we are reaching the overhead resistance here, and the possibility is that we may actually travel to the downside a bit. So like this, we may get corrected. So in that one, we actually told that the probability is like getting back to the first support area, and if it holds, then yeah, we can expect a rally further, or it may come back down to 0.25, 0.26 area, which is. So yeah, when I'm talking about price for the future, some of them are like they are not that much critic, but in the YouTube comment section, some are informing me like it's gonna get corrected to 0.24. Yeah, I actually respect their opinion, but I also would like to inform them, yeah, we are actually expecting that correction, because we are not actually looking at the price like it's gonna skyrocket just in an hour or in a day. We are looking in a long turn, right? But yes, more like the technical analysis is in the short term time frame, is for those guys who trade this market in a shorter time frame. Now this is a 1 hour chart, and you can actually see that it's getting supported by the 200-day moving average in 1 hour. Now we'll actually look at the same in 4 hour. We'll try to understand what's happening in that perspective. We'll move out a bit and look at the daily perspective. We'll try to understand what other analysts, or it's not only us who are trading this market, right? Each and everyone will have their own opinion. They will be looking at the market in their own way. So we'll actually try to go through them and discuss through it for you guys. Now, if you are new to this market, when we talk about say 100 times your money, 50 times your money, don't be surprised. It's not like some kind of amount or quantity which we are taking out just from our mind. We are looking at the history, price fluctuations which happened previously, so it can be repeated. So even if you take the average out, it's like 40-50 times your money. If you want to calculate that, you can actually use a chart, measure from the bottom to the top. This is BTC in USD. You'll understand that there was like 80 to 90 times it went up. So that's BTC, and if you measure the same for XRP, you'll understand that's actually a huge thing. Now we are gonna go through some of the news. The reason which I stated this introduction was for this article, like XRP 100-fold rise underway. It's a question mark, right? So don't ignore these things, because it can actually blow through the roof. Because when I say that, all the other news articles actually point towards that. Like this is the next one from XRP Yoda, and it is showing from a tweet from the liquidity index bot, showing that the all-time highs are again and again and again, say each and every day, every hour, we are kind of getting all-time highs in new corridor volume. In terms of volume, we're getting that. Now this is for the Mexican, towards Mexican peso. Now we know that there are works going on for new corridors. So the work is being done, like the foundation is being concreted. Now this article is actually stating XRP adoption is probably the single most important driver of the future XRP price. The million-dollar question is, when exactly will this effect exactly kick in? Now we don't know about this. Like no one know about that one. So we are still thinking. If we know the answer like this, that would be so easy to trade or invest in this market, but no one knows, right? So it's kind of like, it's a matter of when this will happen, not if. I also completely agree with that standpoint, because as we can understand, like the foundation of this market is being concreted every week, every month as we move ahead. Now this is from the XRP daily, and it is showing that there is a interview coming up from Brad Garling house in CNN, and most of the time when this happens, there is some kind of breadcrumbs being put out, or some kind of information which is coming out in which, like in one of a previous interview from Ashish Birla of Ripple, we heard that there is 5 corridors active. I was thinking, wait. I was thinking about 4 corridors like USD Mexico towards Philippines, towards Australia, Euro USD. So which one is the 5th? Right? So there are some kind of information they just put it out. It may be like confuses, but it will give us more insight about what's happening in the background. Guys, this is the next one article from payments.com, and it is showing like WhatsApp Pay gets approval for phased India rollout. So as you know, India is a big country with a lot of people, and the payment sector there will be enormous. If you are looking at the demographics now, you know that this is not against anyone or any country, right? But if you're looking at the demographics, you understand that most of the population of the entire world is kind of concentrated in one area. If you look at just China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, you can see majority of the population is being concentrated at one area. And if you take the average age of those individuals and compare it with the others, say those who are in Far East, say someone in South Korea, Japan, or if you consider, say, Europe, some countries or area in Europe, say Scotland, you understand that the average age is a bit low in India and all. So these guys are coming out of the universities, colleges, they are getting jobs outside India, they are remitting back. So the payments and settlement industry, they is gonna kind of be fruitful for next 5-10 years, or at least 2-3 decades coming ahead. Now what you have to understand is this is not like they're going out in a second. They are actually rolling out in phases. So this is actually approved by the Reserve Bank of India. So if it is being approved, what you have to understand is Facebook is actually owning WhatsApp, right? So in that aspect, we should be looking at whether Libra is gonna be the token which they are using for this payment, or is it gonna be something else? Because as we know, most of the Indian banks currently have a partnership with Ripple, so that gives a possibility that if they are not coming out with Libra, then there is a possibility that it can be XRP, or at least the Ripple net they will be using it first, whether or not they are going to use XRP Ledger. Now there's the next one from Jeff Hardy, and this is a video which I'll actually play for you guys, but I won't be actually playing most of them. I'll try to be on top. What Christine Lagarde states.
The Governing Council stands ready to adjust all of its instruments as appropriate.
The pact was agreed at a predecessor say he even looked at his phone while policymakers spoke in meetings. Perhaps as a result, Draghi's September package of stimulus measures sparked open dissent.
We expect them to run for as long as necessary.
So like when Christine Lagarde is in there should be some changes, and we are actually not going into, as Reuters put it, no leaks, no phones. Like this is directly from Christine Lagarde. So there are some kind of changes coming, and you should be, I'm not directly stating this is the announcement will be for XRP. They're going to use XRP. All the banks in Europe are going to use XRP, but this is actually pointing towards something they are trying to change. There is kind of a liquidity crisis there. They need more liquidity in the market. They need to push the market up because the markets are getting slowed down. If you look at even South Korea, which is a manufacturer of automobiles mostly and electronics, now they're actually slowing down, closing down their industry output units because there is an issue with coronavirus and the supply chain for them. So this is all happening at the time when the whole economy is kind of slowing down. So this is kind of pushing the economy a bit more down. So at this time, if central bankers want to support the economy, they need some more liquidity, and that's where the on-demand liquidity comes in. Because all the dormant capital which are tied up in the banks, nostro accounts, they can actually take it back from different countries and put it into work in their own country. So I think that's actually something which is gonna come soon without much delay. Now, actually jumping back into the article which showed about the 100% rise, I actually wanted to connect all these dots for this one, because if it is to grow up 100 times, then yeah, these has to happen. Like all of these fundamentals has to happen, because when we are looking at XRP. Now, yeah, I'll actually just use this one because the other one I'll actually use it for the analysis. So we'll actually check what happened with XRP USD pair during last bull run. Okay, now in this shit, it's not actually showing you the previous one. So I'll just take the market cap to showcase you guys how much it actually went up in just 1 year. If we just take the measurement tool, take out the bottom. Okay, let's leave the wick. We'll take the average, kind of average area there in the bottom, and move up here. You'll understand that the price went around 8,000%. So that is the total percentage which Bitcoin went up in the total bull run. But XRP, yeah, consolidated a bit for 7-8 months, and then it went up again. So if you guys can recognize that, that's like 78, 79, 80,000%. So that's like 10 times more than the Bitcoin. So the ROI of XRP was like 10 times more than that of Bitcoin during that uptrend. So now we are kind of not stating, say 100% is like 1 time of your money, so 1,000% is 10 times your money. 100,000% is 100 times your money, right? So say if this can actually happen, is there any mistake in the calculation? Like say 100% is 1 time your money, you're doubling your money. So if you are having 1,000% means 10 times your money. Yeah, there's a mistake. 10,000% means 100 times your money. So you're talking about 1,000 times your money in this particular bull run. But the article is not actually talking to you like, oh, it's going to multiply 1,000-fold. Instead, it's talking about 100, right? So even if it is coming up to say 10,000%, that's going to happen. So if I know there are a lot of haters for XRP, there are a lot of naysayers, but what you guys have to understand is before talking shit out or directly going into the comment section and trying to critique this, you just go into the chart, take out the measurement tool yourself, analyze the what happened for XRP previously by yourself. Now, if you want to compare that, compare it with BTC, compare it with XLM, in which you can actually get something similar to that of XRP. I mean, XLM and XRP. If you guys actually want to do that, that's kind of a good thing to do. Because I actually would like to state that, you know, if you guys actually want to do that, that's going to be a good thing actually. Because, you know, most of the time, instead of directly jumping into someone else's wall and directly commenting on this section, it will be better to do a bit of background research before you know, you state something bad. So guys, I would like to jump into the technical analysis a bit more in detail, like for XRP in different time frames. But before that, I would actually request you guys, if you guys haven't liked this video, please do like, yeah, only if you like the content or you are getting value from the video. And if you do so, please also support the channel by hitting that subscribe button. And I'm really thankful for all of the guys who have been supporting and hitting the subscribe button. Now we just surpassed the 700 mark. Now, yeah, for me as a new YouTuber, 700 subscribers reaching that in just 3 months, I feel really proud of that. And I'm really thankful for all of the guys who are supporting the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're new to this channel, please do hit that subscribe button. Now we are moving on to the technical analysis. We will be looking at the 1 hour chart as we were talking previously. So now this is the 1 hour chart in which we can see that the price is getting supported by the 200-day moving average. And if it is bouncing, that's going to be a good news. Now stepping a bit back and looking at it from a 4 hour chart, you can see that 200-day moving average is way back here. And the price is being supported by the 50-day moving average. Now, yes, I'm not using 20-day moving average because it's kind of, you know, if you're so short-term trader, day trading, then that's gonna work for you. But if you are, say, looking for something in between 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, then 4 hour time frame with 50-day moving average, 1 day chart with 50-day moving average is gonna work for you. Now, in this chart, you can see that even the 200-day moving average has actually sloped to the upside. If you zoom a bit out, you can see that a rounded bottom. Now, yes, when I say the rounded bottom in 200-day moving average, most of them, I've seen a comment in which one guy was stating, yeah, my bottom is round, what can I do? I can't do anything for you, guy. How can I say? I'm not, you know, directly against you, but it's up to your opinion. You can put out your suggestion, your opinion, that's up to you. But be logical, you know. You should be like, respect is give and take, right? If you are respecting others, they'll respect you back. Otherwise, you know, it's like that. Now, there's a daily chart for XRP, and we were actually talking about multiple trend lines, right? Yeah, this will be a bit of confusion here. So I'll just change the color for this particular line here. We'll put that, say, green there. So the green line which we have laid out here is kind of the short-term trend. Now, when I'm saying short-term, it's not 1 month, right? It's like last 6-7 months, the price was actually respecting this particular area. And if you actually zoom in, you can actually see that the price came to that level. It was respecting that resistance level, went back a bit, then again came to that level, tried to flirt with that, then was getting corrected, like being shy of that level. And then it just broke to the upside. So when it was going to the upside, at the same time, it crossed the 200-day moving average and the long-term resistance line, which is being there from last 1 year. So that's kind of a bullish signal if you are actually looking for. And after that, you're seeing a bit of correction. And yes, you should be actually looking for a bit of correction, because if you just take the movement from here to here, you can actually see 30% movement. And if the price has went up 30%, then you should be expecting it to get corrected 10, 20, even 30%. You should be happy with that, because the price already went up like that, right? So now zooming out, okay, I'll delete this green line. It is making confusion for me too. So I don't know about you guys. So now these are the two lines. It depends upon you how you can analyze the chart. But as each and every individuals are different, your perspective will be entirely different. So this will be the long-term trend line if you put it like this, and if you put it like this way, this will be like a resistance here and a support here. So that's good. But either way, we are above that line and we have crossed the price mark above the 200-day moving average, turning the price into a rally. So looking at the 50-day moving average and the trend in the RSI, we can state that a rally is on. So guys, that's kind of what I want to share with you guys today. And if you guys like the content I provide on a regular basis, I request you guys, please hit that subscribe button. And if you got value from this video, again, if do hit that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.